Let's start with news from Pakistan, where after Prime Minister Imran Khan's plans for a mega protest march, they were dashed by Shehbaz Sharif government. Khan envisaged a protest march towards Islamabad, calling it the battle for real freedom. But the new coalition government has banned any such protests. Following his ouster from premiership last month, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman has been holding rallies across the country. Khan has been demanding fresh elections to exert more pressure on the government in power. Imran Khan's party PTI planned to take out a long march, but the government has decided to stop the march in order to prevent any disorder. Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah has accused Imran Khan of wanting to create chaos. The former cricketer has been warned that he will be stopped and would be arrested should he persist in holding the march. The ban has been announced in the wake of a shooting incident. A policeman was shot and killed as well during a crackdown on Khan's supporters across the country. According to reports, an official of Khan's party had shot and killed the policeman. When the police visited his house, the incident led to a ban on protests by PTI.
आज कैबिनेट ने ये फैसला किया है कि इनको यहाँ पे ये फितना और फसाद फैलाने के लिए जमहूरी या लॉन्ग मार्च के नाम पे जो है इनको इजाज़त जो है वो नहीं दी जा रही और इनको जो है वो रोका जाएगा.
Now, despite opposition, Imran Khan has called his followers to defy the ban. Khan has urged his supporters to march to Islamabad today. Khan, who did not condemn the policeman's killing, defended the shooting by his party official. He condemned the arrest of the accused and his father, calling it an illegal act by PML and government. Now, Khan asked what should someone do if the police barged into their homes.
मैं इंशाल्लाह कल निकलूँगा पख्तूनख्वा से और ये पाकिस्तान का तारीख का सबसे बड़ा काफिला लेके निकलूँगा और कोई भी रोकना चाहे हमें तो वो रोक के दिखा दे क्योंकि कोई नहीं इसको रोक सकता. अवाम के समुंदर को कोई नहीं रोक सकता.
Now, authorities in Islamabad have started putting up blockades at roads leading to important installations. Heavy contingents from police and paramilitary troops have also been deployed. As he plans to go ahead with the march, Imran said this protest would be the test of the judiciary, the police as well as the bureaucracy on where they actually stand. With such a large-scale protest, Imran Khan is building pressure on the Shehbaz Sharif government, now that is stuck in an economic and political crisis. Now, for more on this, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is joining us live from Peshawar in Pakistan. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. What is the latest on this?
Well, the latest him is that here in Peshawar, where I'm standing, not very far from where I am standing, is where Imran Khan is residing. It's still unclear how Imran Khan will be leaving. There are scores of people who are gathering. At a very short distance from where I'm standing is the Chief Minister's Secretariat. There are people who are gathering there in groups, but majorly the gatherings are there outside the city near Sawabi, that is the border of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province and the border of Punjab. That is number one. And number two, people are also gathering in Mardan, that is just off Peshawar, outside Peshawar, but in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Now, what we have to understand is that more and more people are expected to join Khan. It is still unclear how Khan will be leaving. Will he be taking a helicopter from Peshawar towards Sawabi? Because remember, there is a big gathering that has been planned in Sawabi. Or will he be taking the road? The chances of him taking the road to Sawabi seem dim at this point of time. And in all likelihood, he'll be taking a helicopter ride from here in Peshawar all the way to Sawabi, where he is to expect what he is saying will be a mammoth gathering, and then he will be leading the crowd from there. But in all likelihood, the odds look like that it is going to be a confrontational situation. I drove from Islamabad towards Peshawar. In ideal case scenarios, it would take an hour and a half to an hour 40 minutes. Last night, it took me about 3 hours to get to Peshawar, where I am from Islamabad, because there are multiple barricades that have been put up, multiple containers that have been put up in order to block and prevent the way of marchers and protesters from getting to Islamabad in the midst of what the government has said that they will create nuisance and that they will not be allowed to get to Islamabad.
Right. Now, also, as we know, Imran Khan has been trying to build pressure on the Shehbaz Sharif government. Now, how do you think this will impact Pakistan on the political and economic fronts?
Well, at this point of time, the government is really battling on the economic front. They do not have ample assurances at this point of time. We saw last night a statement coming in from Reuters being quoted by the Finance Ministry of Saudi Arabia that there is a 3 billion rollout that is being discussed or almost being finalized. That being said, this anti-government protest that is being done by Imran Khan essentially calls for an ouster of the incumbent government. The chances of that, it's a 50-50 at this point of time. But we've previously seen that happening in 2014 from Imran Khan as well. Then in 2016, in 2014, he was left red-faced when the government did not tender resignation. Nawaz Sharif was then the Prime Minister. And then in 2016, then again there was a confrontation situation exactly at the same place where it is expected today in Sawabi at the KP Punjab border. So the impact would be significant. It would be severe. But what remains to be seen is that how will things persist from here? What goes on from here? What happens from here is that very key question that will only be answered in time to come. Him.
All right. Thank you so much, Anas, for joining us with all the updates on this. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.